Put on the mic.
I'm not feeling great, man. This cold that's going around got me on lockdown. Got me mangled.
I think it's just normal cold or flu.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's man flu.
Man, it's 10 times worse than anything.
Yeah. Got me feeling ropey. Been feeling ropey for over a week. This is getting ridiculous. Not feeling tip top.
No.
No.
Don't
But
give
anyway,
it to me.
Yeah.
I've been
Too
trying
late.
to avoid
Too
everyone that's
late.
ill.
You got it now.
Lurgies.
You're it.
I had my fingers crossed. It don't count.
What do they call it? Fey nights or fey.
We used to.
What did
I
they
think,
used to call it?
Bugsy. We used to call that Bugsy.
I'm sure we used to call it fey nights. Someone my age, a baby boomer, tell me, what did we used to call it when you used to cross your fingers and you was playing games so you can't touch me? Nah, you can't touch me because fey nights.
Bugsy. It's Bugsy, man. Bugsy.
Anyway, welcome to another edition of C-RafTy Media. Do you like our new one?
Did you watch the episode? Putting it up?
Very nice.
It's good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, now before we get started, should we do what we always forget to do? And then we could do it at the end again.
We could do it twice.
Yeah.
We could.
We're going to ask you to like,
Share.
share,
Like.
follow.
Do it all.
You do it, go on.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit the notification bell. That's a new one.
What's that do?
And then apparently you get notified. We can upload a video and then your phone will go ping.
Okay.
Important. Quick. Watch. C-RafTy.
Yeah.
Bang. So.
Well, this week, this edition, I wanted to talk about Finglen,
Oh, yeah. Scotland.
Scotland. And the reason for that is because it's been recommended as one of the top 24 Airbnbs in the UK. And we built it.
Our cabin. Our particular cabin.
The cabin.
No way.
Our cabin.
No way.
Yeah.
What is it? Captain's Rest.
Yeah.
That's what they called it.
Rest.
The Captain's Rest.
Details below. You can
Oh,
see.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's come up as one of the top 24 Airbnbs in the UK.
That's a weird number.
We built it.
Isn't it normally top 25? What's with the 24?
I don't care, but
Because
it's in this.
who cares? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
that's really good.
Wow.
I think so. What I'd like to do on this edition is tell you all about it from beginning, from the very start. In fact, I don't even know if you know how it actually started.
How we ended up doing it.
Yeah, we ended up doing it because, I've never gone into this detail with you. It's because I was on that thing with a guy named Jack. I called him Mountain Jack.
Eden.
I was on a reality show called Eden. And
You're going to have to check that out as well.
yeah, you'll have to check that out, yeah. And got on really tight with one of the, well, more than one, but this particular person, Jack Campbell. And after he'd seen my work for a little bit, he says, "Raf, would you do something like this outside in the open?" I thought, of course I would. And what we were just talking about in general chit chat became a reality. They were saying about, building a log cabin. And then
It weren't all talk. It was, he actually wanted it done.
True to his word.
Yeah.
He was true to his word. Nice one, Jack.
Yeah.
And what was it? A few years later, 3 years later, we went to Finglen. And we started the process. So maybe we should let's talk about how it raised itself.
I'll never forget that. We was at I remember because that's when I just come back from Devon and I'd really dived deep into went for a breakup. So, you know, you chuck yourself into your work, dive deep into the carpentry. You called me up to Scotland, to York. We was actually working on, I think it was either the first or the second set, G-Lock or Max Cloud, whatever. Yeah. And then you said to me,
Hold on, you skirted over that. You need to, some people might not know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Set work.
Yeah. Movie sets. So I know the film was either Max Cloud, you can check that out, or it was G-Lock. It was one of those two films. Yeah. And instead of coming home, that was based up in Yorkshire, instead of coming home, I remember you said to me, T, do you fancy going Scotland?
3 weeks.
Yeah. Going to Scotland for was
2
like,
weeks.
what? Of course I do.
So we was already away from home for about 6 weeks, and then
Weeks, we was up there for ages, yeah.
and then we stayed away.
One film rolled in straight into the other.
Yeah.
We recycled the set, if you remember.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I do remember.
The first one was all colourful, bright colours.
Ah, yes.
And then,
I
in fact,
remember.
actually, so I actually came. That was a crazy one. That set was up for years because you did, when it Deus, wasn't that the original set? It was actually
Mate, he's asking me to remember. I could barely remember yesterday, and he wants me to remember sets. Once I've done a set, that's it. It's dismissed from my mind.
Yeah. Well, I know. A certain. You had already worked on that set, you guys, and then you called me up. Archie called me up, said, "Have you got anyone else?" You said, "Bring my boy up." Then we made Max Cloud. That was the second set, same set but second movie. And then we did G-Lock, so the same set, and each time we had to obviously change the set, colours, move this.
So then we went from that. When we finished that, we went from there. I'm sure we was there for about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And we went from there to Scotland.
We went from the north to the north.
Yeah, where you use a lot of as hard as nuts.
Yeah.
The Scottish geezers, they are hard, mate.
No, they
You
are.
geezers are hard because your weather's a bit
too chilly.
What was you saying about Scotland? What should they do with it?
Scotland is so beautiful. That was the first time I'd ever been there, and I love the place.
Yeah, but what did you say we should do? They should do.
It would be a lot nicer if we could just pick it up and bring it down here, just as is. Just pick the whole thing up and just bring it down here. Can we do that? Like, the people can come, everything. I love Scottish people, but can we just have our climate? You know.
Yeah.
A bit cold.
It was. We had everything in one. Anyway, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
So we left from York and we headed to Finglen. It's just
Loch Lomond.
Yeah, it's outside of Glasgow.
Just about 40 minutes north of Glasgow, just outside Glasgow.
And we drove up. We had a beautiful drive up. And why I remember the drive is
first thing in the morning, crack of dawn.
Yeah.
We left at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
We were working the day before, so we'd been working for weeks building the movie set, staying on site, and then we woke up at 3 a.m. something like that. Drove up to Scotland to work that first day.
Yeah.
So I had to drop that in there.
We went to work straight
away.
No messing about.
Yeah.
But the thing was, when we was driving up, I remember we stopped on a little crest because the sun, the rising sun, and it was like all reddy yellowy. It was beautiful. And why I remember that is because he actually made me stop the van, jump out so he could take some pictures.
Let's get a picture.
Thought, this is absolutely beautiful.
I didn't believe it. What everyone says about Scotland, until you actually go up there and see it, it's another world. It's another world.
Was nice.
Compared to down here, it's another world.
It'd be even better once they find a way to lift it.
Just bring it down here, yeah. It's the only thing. Not only is it too cold, it's too far away as well. It's a long old travel.
Anyway, back to the story. Yeah, right. So now, in between the time of our last conversation with Jack and us working in York, we'd been corresponding, and what we arranged was for Jack to do the footing. So by the time we got there, that morning when we got there, we was straight into work with the woodwork because the foundations, the footings had been placed.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So we just went straight to work and
slabs, didn't they? We used slabs, individual slabs.
He did like a pylon.
Yeah. Each leg had us to sit on a slab. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But while we're discussing this, you're obviously looking at the video that is probably playing above my head now. Even though it's not playing now while I'm actually talking, it will be playing when you're watching.
Yeah. Feed it in. Yeah. We'll edit it in here and there.
Yeah.
You might be looking at it right now as we're talking. You can't actually see us, so it doesn't really matter what we do right now. You know.
What are they talking about? I can see the video.
They haven't edited. They're actually waving their hands about.
There it is.
Yeah.
So to be serious, we got there and we started work straight away.
Probably had a bowl of porridge. They fed us good.
Yeah.
So I probably had a bowl of porridge and a coffee and just cracked on.
Yeah. It from day one to last day was absolutely fantastic. You know when they talk about stuck in moments of time.
Yeah.
If there was a moment of time to be stuck in, I wouldn't have minded being stuck in that one.
Yeah, 100%.
They treated us so well. We were well looked after. It was a fantastic job to do. Oh, another person from Eden was there as well. Titch.
Oh, Titch.
Yeah, Titch was there.
Yeah.
He did the plumbing.
Yeah.
Right, Titch? How's it going, all right?
It ended up there was quite a little crew of us towards the end,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it started
It
off
was
just us,
nice.
and then yeah, a
Yeah.
few people was coming in lending hands. Lucy,
Yeah.
oh, was there another guy. Was his name Dan?
The horseman.
Oh, I
There's a
forgot
couple
his
of them.
name.
His
There's a few.
brother,
Yeah, he's good.
um,
Oh, his brother came down and his missus.
Billy. Billy.
I feel bad that we shouldn't
Bill.
be guessing
Billy.
names. I think that sounds right though.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Anyway, it was.
I'm
It
sure
was.
Jack's brother's name's Billy.
You know, I've never worked somewhere where I felt so welcome either.
That's fantastic.
Mm.
It was nice.
It was like a Disney movie. It was like some of the mornings. I was waking up at like 5 o'clock, just because we was working on site, staying on site, living. But I go down into the garden for my morning coffee and my fag and whatever. And it's like it was Bambi's over there.
Literally.
And her mum. You know what I mean? His mum was Bambi a boy or a girl, I don't know. But eagles flying overhead.
What about the chicken? Well,
Oh, the chicken. Yeah. The chicken came to the funeral, didn't it? We had a funeral up there.
Oh, you got to get into that as well, yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Stanley. Miss you, boy. I miss him. I still think about him.
Okay, right. So where were we? Right, so now we're putting up the basics, the first fix of the framing, got it all erected, and then can you say the heavens opened? No, Scotland just showed us what Scotland was like because it was nice when we got there, and then for whatever reason,
it was about March, wasn't it? I think it was March. I think it was March.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm sure it was March.
Snow. Where did that snow come from?
People say 4 seasons in a day.
Oh,
yeah,
mate.
that's not true. It's
Mate.
4 seasons in an hour. Every
Mate.
15 minutes, it's spring, then it's summer, then it's autumn, then it's winter.
I'll tell you what the thing that I always remember is that it snowed, rain, wind, snow, rain, wind, sun, snow. And then when we got the roof on, the snow stopped.
Oh, the tin roof in the ice.
Oh,
don't try and lay a tin roof in ice. It's essentially a slide.
We went through the wars in that place, but it was still a fantastic build. It
great
really
fun.
was.
Really enjoyed it.
I'm sure you can see the pictures of it now. It ended up looking absolutely fantastic.
The way they decorated it.
Yeah. Sabrina done an absolutely fantastic job with the decorating.
Stunning.
Did we mention that it's one of the top 24 Airbnbs in the UK?
Not 25, 24. All right. Get that right.
We ain't stayed there yet.
We haven't. That's another thing. They offered us, obviously, putting all that work in and essentially building it. Like we get a free stay, a free night or two. I'm sure they'll give us a couple of nights. It's so far away, but we haven't. What year was this? This was in. This is 2019. This is 2019. We haven't even taken them up on that offer yet.
Well, Sabrina has contacted me, and she has said, anytime, boys, just book your slot and come on up.
Yeah.
Porridge, everything could be waiting.
Oh, what was that? That stuff Mr. Doug kept putting in the porridge because they live so good, so healthily.
You're talking about Don?
Yeah.
Don.
Don, yeah. Don the Don.
I call him the Don so much, I can't remember if that was his name. His name's Don, right?
And it Doug.
But his name?
And it Doug the
Sabrina,
Don.
what's your husband's name? Because I call, as far as I'm concerned, he's
the Don. Hard as nails.
He was, wasn't he, for an old boy?
Yeah.
Tough old boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really was.
The Don.
He's
still the Don.
Yeah.
Don't matter what his name is.
You guys honestly need to, you fancy a little short break? If you're someone who likes Scotland, if you've never been there, I suggest going there. It's incredible, it's stunning.
Details below.
If you do know Scotland, then couldn't recommend this place higher.
No.
Check it out, top 24. Go and stay there. Lovely family, lovely people, beautiful. Do you remember the river running down the bottom of the garden? Oh,
it was so picturesque.
I could live there.
It is. If they bring it down.
If we just bring it down here a little bit, then I could happily live there.
Yeah, all them seasons in one day, I don't know. But yeah, Scotland's a beautiful place. Right, now, before we forget, let's tell them why we went to a funeral.
Stanley.
His mate, Stanley Fat Max.
Best
friend you had?
It's the only friend I've ever had. We went through some harsh times together. Yeah, he was there.
That was I think you need to upload that video so that they can see what you're talking
Should
about.
we put that into this as well?
We could, no, yeah, but it needs a video of its own.
We'll
Maybe
feed it into it.
put a little snippet in here,
We'll put a snippet in there and then we'll
and that
maybe
they
upload
could,
it as a short as well.
yeah.
But I'm going to have to go and poach it off Instagram because once you upload something to Instagram, they're like, right, that belongs to us now and you
I
can't.
can't get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully if it's not on my phone.
Stanley Fatmax.
Yeah,
He gave him a funeral. Stanley Fatmax, by the way, is his tape measure. It worked so hard. It died in Scotland, and he gave it a burial. He actually buried it. I thought he was joking at the time. I was doing a filming and I just couldn't stop laughing.
The chicken came, do you remember?
Yeah, we had a chicken there. Yeah. Chicken George was there, no?
We got to put that in. They got to see that. Yeah. Check it out, guys.
Yeah.
Check it out.
What else did
Do you know what I'll never forget?
What's
I'm skipping to the end here, but it's nothing to do with the build, really. I'll never forget the drive home. Because again, it was like on the way up there, we'd been working for weeks doing the sets. We went to sleep that night at the studio. We woke up at 3, like we say, after working all day for weeks, blah, blah. Woke up, drove to Scotland, got there 7 in the morning and started working. We did the same thing at the end after weeks of being up there. We worked all day and then we wanted to go straight home. So I don't know if you remember, we chilled for a couple of hours, had something to eat. I think we might have, caught a couple of Zeds for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And then we drove all the way back to Yorkshire. This is after working all day, doing the cabin. Drove all the way to Yorkshire to pick up my car. And then from Yorkshire, drove all the way home, all in one sitting, no stopping.
Didn't we stop at a burger?
We didn't stop. All I remember was on the M1. I was living in Luton at the time.
Yeah.
And I started hallucinating. They say, like, don't drive when you're tired and this, and driving when you're tired is worse than drink driving.
It really is terrible. And I've done some stupid things.
I just remember it's like I was tripping. Like, started seeing all bright colours and I was like, oh God, 10 minutes away from home.
That's a video on its own to do about driving when you're tired.
It is.
Maybe we'll do one.
Yeah.
No, not maybe we'll do one. We will do one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Finglen is without doubt my favourite #1 job I've ever done in my whole carpentry career.
Yeah.
And I've done some jobs, I'm telling you. Yeah.
It's a shame we didn't get up there to build more, but COVID kind of...
Yeah, we were due to go and build some more, but COVID got in the way because...
This was literally the year, and then after this, COVID hit.
Shut everything down. They've got another cabin since.
Yeah.
But it's not...
A couple of shepherd's huts and that. Yeah.
It's not as snazzy as our log cabin.
It's not in the top 24, is it?
Yeah. England. What a job.
Mm-hmm. You've seen all the pictures. We're going to be putting in befores, afters, durings, and what it looks like now. Because like we say, we did this in 2019, springtime, just end of winter, beginning of spring. So, and obviously, you're going to see in the footage and the pictures, you leave the site, mud, it was...
do you remember when the van got stuck?
Yeah. The
van...
Because it was parked down in the woods for weeks.
Yeah, we backed the van up as close to the job as possible because all the tools was in there. And went to move the van. The wheels just span. Mud kicking up everywhere. We had to be dragged out by a tractor.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember that the 2 before, busting my headpiece.
Yeah, so now, you got a scar in your head for that?
I think so. It got me like right in the centre there.
Yeah, I've got a little dent there.
Yeah. Wear hard hats, people. Health and safety.
He got a good crack. Where did it come? Was it leaning and standing up?
It was leaning. It was at the point where it was either, I don't know if it was part of the roof or part of the wall, but we had the walls standing. I'd like to think it was part of the roof probably. So it was leaning up against the walls. And Scottish wind took it and just came down and just hadouken.
Your head, yeah.
Nice one, yeah. Claret and all that.
Everywhere,
Yeah. That's good. We'll feed that in as well. Yeah. This is why you wear a hard hat on site. Good laugh though. Oh, hang on. Same one. That was one of my nastiest saw cuts as well. I was putting the Celotex in the roof.
Yeah.
And for some odd reason, I decided to hold on to the blade as well as the
And the
handle.
blade stayed in your hand.
Oh gosh, the fat.
What
You
a
know,
twat.
when a cut is so deep, like just the fat comes out, like all the white gooey
Oh.
inside, like what, and
Oh.
it bulges out.
This is supposed to be a pleasant video.
Delicious. You know, we could put graphic content, and all the views will go through the roof.
It's great. I see why people put naked bodies on the front of their videos now. Make people
Oh yeah.
sneaky. But anyway, yeah. Anything else?
No, get up there, check it out. Highly recommend it. Do you know the funny thing is, right? And this probably will happen. One of you lot will probably go and stay in this cabin before we even get up there to do it.
You speak for yourself. I'm going. I'm coming.
I'm going.
Sabrina, I'm coming.
Yeah. I'll wait for it to warm up a little bit. Springtime.
Or just bring it down.
Just bring it down here.
Down here. Bring Scotland down here. Yeah, go there anytime. Right?
I'd love to do a job like that again. I really would. Cabins. You know what I think was great about it is you're obviously starting off nothing, essentially in a field.
Yeah.
So you're outside and you're working outside in the elements quite a lot. It's hard, but it's nice, especially somewhere like Scotland where it's beautiful and Bambi's in the corner and there's literally eagles flying overhead. It's beautiful and there's a river down there, but it's beautiful. Yeah. But slowly, as you progress across the weeks, you end up inside and, you know, and when you get to step back at the end of it and you've gone from, well, there was nothing stood there, an empty field, to now there is somewhere you could essentially live.
Yeah.
They're some of the best jobs, you know.
That was it was a fantastic job, cold or not. It was one of the best jobs. You wake up in the morning, you have your porridge, go out to the job, straight to the job.
And your eggs and your bacon.
Do your bit, come home.
Cereal.
Come back in for lunch.
Lunch.
All of this was provided for us. Lunch, breakfast, dinner in the evenings, you name it. Drink if we wanted it. And then you go back after dinner time, go back on it, do a little bit, come back, have your dinner, go upstairs, have a bath, chill in the bath, watch a little bit of TV, come downstairs, bit of a intoxication with your dinner.
Little chin wag.
Yeah, sorted.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
Without that, it's going to take a lot for a job to beat that.
I don't really say anything could beat that because one of the reasons I loved it, I've never felt so welcome. It was like being at home, but better than my home. I felt more welcome. Felt more welcome than I do at home.
We weren't in no hurry to come.
No, it was lovely.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
That was great. So that's about 10 weeks we stayed away.
Yeah, long old period. The whole run from the sets to that to then to coming home. Yeah,
10 weeks.
Brilliant. Bought me my card. I bought me my ST. Maybe I'll drop a picture of that in there because it's bad. I need to get that back. People, Finglen, Loch Lomond, about 40 minutes northwest of Glasgow. The Cabin's Rest. That's where you need to go. Captain's. Did I say the Cabin's?
Yeah, the Captain's Rest.
The Cabin's resting as well. It's not going anywhere. Unless we pick up Scotland and bring it down here. Check it out, guys. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. What we'd like you to do now, like,
share,
follow,
comment,
plenty of comments,
subscribe, and tickle the notification bell. Give that a little ding ding.
Been a pleasure. Good morning, world. And here we are at Jack's place. Finally made it. We are about to start the log cabin. We've just arrived this morning, and these two are comparing boots, as you can see, giving it large. I've just driven my van into a spot that perhaps I shouldn't have. I worry about getting out when it's time to get out. But as you can see, this is where the work is going to be. I'm going to show you a day by day, step by step, progressive report. This is Jack's dad, it's right of geezer.
Morning.
Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true.
saw where we were this morning, this is where we are this afternoon. What silly boy drove his van into the woods and now the van's stuck? I don't know, some people, eh? Check this out for precision cutting. Look at this. Tell me that is not the most snug bit of Celotex you have ever seen.
7 bar high though, boys. Yeah.
Oh no, you got to do the rest like that.
Yeah, that's the whole
That is absolutely nuts. I'm telling you, I've never seen that. Well, at the end of the day, and this is what we've got. Decking is almost complete. 2 iron the Don have been working hard on it. We've erected all the walls. We haven't cut any windows or door openings. We'll do that later. Put a few boards on to act as stiffeners so that the building now is sturdy.
And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move.
Going up onto the roof to see the first of the corrugated placed on the pitched roof. Positions it, places it exactly where he wants it.
Oh, that's cool.
And we walk past on. Comes down. Looking
Roof's
good.
going up. Finally.
Look at all this mud. Mud everywhere. Everywhere you look, it's just mud. We're doing our best to keep the area clean because it's nice to work in a clean environment. But the mud, the rain, just will not permit. Even so, what's happened today, so far this morning? The front door is now in position. Going inside, as you can see, all the walls have been Celotex insulated. Should we say Celotex really, because that's a brand name, isn't it? All the walls have been thermally insulated. Yet to do the roof, the rafters. At the moment we're on the outside putting all the battens. You can see the shadow of the battens. We're having to double them up in order that where they meet with the veranda corrugated, they overshoot to prevent water, rain running back from capillary action. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with what we've got so far. This will be the shower and compost toilet area, all thermally insulated. The roof in this area will be an extractor and a light fitted just up here somewhere. I think a number of plugs and switches here against the wall in the kitchen area. I'm trying to work, but I'm trying to put some TNG on the wall. Now I've now moved the plugs to give myself better spacing. This space in between here was ridiculous. There would have been just a finger gap with the TNG. That doesn't work. So where possible, it always makes sense to move the plugs so as you get a better fitting with your TNG, as you shall soon see in a minute.
Right, it's the end of the day. Sunday. Every day is a work day. Made good progress today. As you can see, the tunnel grew all the way around. Takes a bit of time, so we had to move plug sockets to make things a bit easier, but it's time consuming. But then again, makes it easier. It's time consuming, but it makes it easier at the same time. Round up.
I'm just about to set off for the long drive home. Gonna take my last little look around There's TY chilling, having his last coffee. He loves it out here. Listen to that stream. Isn't that beautiful? This should be where I'm coming home to. I should be out working, coming back to this. It's just beautiful out here. Apart from the rain, that is. Let me have my last little look. I think that's enough.
all inside of you. Feel it to be true.
Loved ones, we're gathered here today to lay to rest our dear friend, Mr. Stanley Fatmax. Friend and colleague, first purchased on a job in Finsbury Park many years ago for the price of £15, including VAT. He has more than earned his keep over the years. Unfortunately, the last few weeks of intensive work have taken their toll on Stanley. His skin has begun to peel, his buttons have fallen off. So it is a fitting end to lay him to rest here on his last project up in Scotland, his favourite project of all. He's been stretched to the limit at times, a limit of just over 5 metres, but with his magnetic end, he always held on. Stanley, you will be sorely missed. It's a fitting burial here on the last project. We'll miss you, brother.